Deshtarine Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasati Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. So 8 shlokas, 7th chapter of the Bhagavatam, 5th canto. Tasya eṇa-kuṇaka uccair etasmin kṛta-nijābhimānasyāhar-ahas tat poṣana palana lalana viyujyamānāḥ saha-yamāḥ puruṣa-paricaryādaya ekaikaśaḥ katipayenāhar-gaṇena viyujyamānāḥ kila, sarva, evodavasan. Gradually, Mahārāja Bharata became very affectionate toward the deer. He began to raise it and maintain it by giving it grass. He was always careful to protect it from the attacks of tigers and other animals. When he raised it, petted it, and in this way he tried to keep it in a comfortable condition. He sometimes kissed it out of love. Being attached to raising the deer, Mahārāja Bharata forgot the rules and regulations advanced in his spiritual life, and he gradually forgot to worship the Supreme Personality of Godhead. After a few days, he forgot everything about his spiritual advancement. Now, this is very important. This Prabhupada has actually all the purports we are seeing, warning us that if it could happen to Bharat Maharaj, generally we see that many times devotees are engaged in devotional service, very busy, enthusiastic, everything. And after a few days, we see they're not even chanting and completely lost taste of spiritual life. It's a regular occurrence. So how is it that happens? So Bhagavatam has an illustration of the life of Bharat Maharaj, who was such a nice devotee, very advanced and spiritual bliss. Tears are rolling from his eyes of love of Krishna. Suddenly, something else is happening. So the Bhagavatam takes an example, step by step. We have an example in the Bhagavatam of Ajamila. That's another situation. Ajamila was not in such an advanced spiritual position. He was more of a Kanishta-adhikari, and who was regularly worshipping the deities and being polite and all. But here is something even more. He is more than a Madhyama-adhikari, almost a Uttam-adhikari. Almost come to the stage of love of Krishna, and he falls down from there. Much more advanced condition, Bharat Maharaj. True, in the case of Bharat Maharaj, because he was recognized by his father is Shakti-Vesha Avatara of the Lord, Rishabhadeva, so his condition looks to be even more extraordinary because he looks to be, many devotees say this looks to be the act of Yogamaya maybe. How he was drawn down from such position. Maybe it's a lesson for all of us. Maybe sometimes the devotee's life I arrange as a lesson. Whatever it is. The point is that Bharat Maharaj, now his downfall that is going on is a great lesson for us. And the trap here, see, Maya looks for a loophole. At this juncture, when his spiritual life is practically stopping and his over-affection has come for material things. That's all spiritual life, difference between material life. Material life means we are affectionate about material comforts, material love. When a person becomes too engrossed, why is it we are telling so many people come to temple? Because they are stuck in the material love, material relationships, correct? Material enjoyment, they are stuck in that. As much as they try, they can't be pulled out. Like a worm in the stool, you pull it out, run there. Pig, you pull out of a ditch, you'll go there, correct? You still run back to that. Like you see buffalo sitting in a ditch, they come out and sell and kīchad it will sit. So it is very difficult, they feel that is very wonderful. But here we have a different condition. The condition is this, that we are having a Bharat Maharaj who is not ordinary like us, highly spiritually advanced personality, and almost in the pure love of Krishna. And Maya got a loophole. In fact, in the next purport, next shloka, an amazing purport Prabhupada gives. And he says in the purport that if we get involved in the material sympathy, then his spiritual life is gone. Material sympathy, this is the poor people, no food, no clothes. If you get involved in that, gone, the spiritual life is over. Completely over. You're gone. You made a fool of yourself. Therefore, Prabhupada, you see, in his whole life, we don't see in this platform. He saw the world suffering because they are separated from Krishna. He saw that. And he worked his whole life on that. Yeah? You see the whole life of Prabhupada. He's writing literature to elevate people to the spiritual platform. He saw Prabhupada has been a rich businessman in India previously. Whatever money he saved, he was writing magazines. He was not distributing food or bringing clothes for poor people. He was not doing that. When he went to America, again he was distributing the books and giving them Krishna conscious message. Again focused on spiritual, never compromised. There is the instance in India when Prabhupada comes and he was in some government of Andhra Pradesh. They wrote a letter about famine and all. Can you help us? We are an international organization. Prabhupada said, no, I can't change my work. In fact, so many times Prabhupada explains that in hospitals, so many patients are made to starve. Right? An operation is there, something, they're not allowed to eat. They're forced to starve. So this is going on by the nature. You can't stop it. By laws of karma, some people will starve. Our focus is not on the material sympathy. We should never forget this. Our focus should remain, where our focus should remain is people are suffering because of separation from Krishna. We should not forget that at all. And see what is happening to Bharat Maharaj because of material affection towards the deer, he fell down. Okay? Why he got trapped into that material affection? Then he got involved in that, and more he got involved. He forgot his prime business was spiritual, not material. So similarly, Maya can trap us in the same way. We can also get involved. There is just one instance where Prabhupada was in Mayapur, and they were distributing prasadam, and after prasadam distributed, threw some leaves behind. And some poor children were fighting with dogs to eat it. Prabhupada said, can you give some prasadam? But not that again and again he repeated this instance, can you distribute prasadam to the poor people around? Never. One conversation, one line, those who have no proper vision, they made that as a Mahavakya. Mahavakya Prabhupada is in the books, not some unrecorded conversation. It's an unrecorded conversation, not even recorded. If something is important, Prabhupada see it is recorded. So it is a fringe thing. It is in one corner. Okay, some big temples can organize, they can distribute prasadam in that. That is not the prime mission of Prabhupada. If that was, it will be there in letters, it will be there in books, nowhere it is present. In purports, most powerful thing is purports of Prabhupada. Is it there in purports of Prabhupada? Because purport means for all the time, for all the place. It should be there, not there. Is it there in lectures? Not there. Is it there in any letter of Prabhupada? Not there. Is it there in even a recorded conversation? Not there. One unrecorded conversation, time, place, situation, some place in Mahārāja Bharata. See, around the temple, for some area, prasadam should be distributed. That has become Mahavakya. Yes, you risk the same fall down which Bharat Maharaj had if you do that. Same fall down. You'll forget the spiritual life. You'll be absorbed in material comforts of the society. And trapped. Yes, people who have no spiritual ideas, so-called devotees with material ideas, or the society will definitely clap in and do all these things. But as far as spiritual endeavors, he does not have any interest. This is not what Prabhupada has asked us. In fact, Prabhupada's letter is there that every visitor who comes to the temple should be feasted. To this day, thousands and years, nobody has implemented this. Nobody. Every visitor, gentleman, when he comes to the temple, Prabhupada says, he should be feasted. Prabhupada goes to the extent you can have even hire cooks to do it. You can do that, Prabhupada said. But every visitor, when he comes to the temple, don't say there is no prasadam or anything. He should be given prasadam. And not only we have failed to do it, but there are many temples doing it. Tirupati is doing it peacefully. Dharmasala is doing it, Udupi is doing it. And mystically, by the Lord's mercy, they are able to maintain it also. They are feeding lakhs of people every day, thousands of people every day, no problem. That is where the order of Prabhupada lies. Their clear order is there, and a challenge, Prabhupada said, it's only a question of management. There is no question of resources if it came. You have to be a good manager, it can be done. It's not a question of resources. But why? So this should be the challenge. It's a letter to all the temples, the GBCs, this is a challenge. And we want to meditate our life on some fringe conversation which is not even recorded. On place, no purport, no letter, no lecture, no conversation recorded. One unrecorded conversation, Prabhupada said, yeah, these children look so hungry. Can give them some prasad. That has become like a Mahavakya, as if that is the only work Acharya gave us. Yes, risk of fall down like Bharat Maharaj. Do that. You should not forget where the Acharyas are absorbed. Prabhupada many times said to the devotees, our whole country is suffering. Save them. That is the compassion. What way Prabhupada wanted to save them? Spiritually. Prabhupada many times said, simply giving prasadam is nonsense. Give them knowledge. Prabhupada said. When he landed America, he didn't say, let me now organize and distribute prasadam in public. Or when he came to India, he didn't say, let us make. No. In India also, you see when Prabhupada landed, what he did? All the places he organized huge programs. And that is how he distributed prasadam. He did distribute. In pandals also, devotees were cooking. Rather surprising it is. In Bombay Pandal, you read the whole thing. Queues of devotees. He brought 500 devotees with them. Huge. They cooking prasadam at 25,000 people. Sometimes for mass prasadam distribution, Prabhupada did allow cooks to be used, but with rules and regulations. And similarly, Prabhupada did say once that I wanted you to, in India I want massly prasadam should be distributed. But then he also says how to be distributed. Prabhupada says how to be distributed. A devotee should go in Nama Sankirtana to the towns and villages and distribute prasad. You see, it is so effective. Suppose, we go to nearby village. Okay? We should also open, now we have a vehicle, we can do that village preaching. We should start that actually. One by one we adopt villages and start. So we go to a nearby village. Village people are very simple. Say on a Sunday something we go. And we do Harinam there in a temple, already pre-arranged, and inform the whole village. We will also distribute prasadam. Whole village will gather. 5,000 people will gather if you know. Yes, you do a Harinam. In the local language, do a pravachan. Make all the people chant Hare Krishna mantra. Inform them about the great Mahan Bhakta of the Lord, Srila Prabhupada, about the process given by Lord Chaitanya for spiritual advancement. How they should all take shelter of Krishna. The life will be blissful. Correct? Distribute Bhagavad Gita to them. Invite them to your temple and give prasadam. It's effective. Simply you go, people are hungry in a slum, distribute prasadam. Prabhupada said it's nonsense. In the sense, this is not the way it is to be done. And in planning and organizing such material welfare, you have to break all the rules then. Food has to be cooked by non-devotees. Prabhupada said cooks should follow a principle as far as possible. Just like we got the cooks, they're chanting 16 rounds. They know who's Lord Chaitanya, correct? Like that, you can have the cooks. You cannot bring some laborers or some carpenters. There was an instance in Hyderabad wherein what happened that devotees used, Prabhupada was tasting prasadam and he said, what is this? Someone Prabhupada felt very bad. He said, who cooked this? Prabhupada, nobody was there. We asked one carpenter to make it. Prabhupada was, you have seen the conversation, Prabhupada was wild after that. So you spoiled everybody's consciousness by that. What is this? What is this you have done? Forget at least carpenter get some salary. The kind of people which are used for the mass distribution which has become popular today are not even on the level of carpenters, road workers. The minimum possible. And we take band and we may get some public popularity. But what happens is there is a trap there. You will fall down like Bharat Maharaj. You may think, you may stay in a dress of a sadhu, but you are absorbed in the sympathy on material platform to the society. You yourself will fall down, like Bharata Mahārāja. Yeah, they are so poor, no? They are hungry, but gone. You are over, spiritual life is over. Okay, so it's very important. Overly affectionate, Prabhupada says, Paradukha Dukhi definitely devotees, but he knows how to solve the dukkha. He is not through material welfare, he is through spiritual welfare. So Acharyas have guided us, protected us. Otherwise, why didn't Prabhupada agree? ISKCON was a rich organization by this time. Andhra Pradesh government secretary said, anything else you agree, the government would have come forward to give any kind of support. When they wrote a letter to Prabhupada, they said, any kind of support you need, any process you need, they were ready, they would have given you all facilities. And asked for a distribution, because the drought is there, can you arrange for free distribution of food? They don't objected, we said, no, we'll not distribute food, we'll distribute puruṣa-paricaryādaya. Prabhupada said, no. So Acharya shows, let us not be lost like Bharata Mahārāja into the material sympathy for the society. We have sympathy, spiritual. Okay? And then there is a process how to do it. It's not that we are against distributing prasad, but how to do it. So that it is effective, so that the society also understands what this movement stands for. There is the movement in England. It was a preaching movement, not our Krishna conscious, but another religion. And they started, previously they were preaching, they started into the material welfare. I think it is an instance of Salvation Army someplace. And it's gone after that. Then people also expected to do that only. Any flood happens, they expect all the temple. You distribute one. Please send. And then we are busy making, packing. We are busy with that only. Okay. So we should be very careful that our focus is not lost of uplifting the society in the spiritual way, not in all this material welfare. Srila Prabhupada ki, Srimad Bhagavatam ki.